Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a mod for the Bolide called the Go-Kart. So we're going to spawn this up, and then we're also going to spawn up something to chase. So we're going to spawn up a 390 GTR version of the Bolide, and then we're going to have a little bit of race between these two. So this one will be controlled by the AI, and I'll be driving the Go-Kart. So all we're going to do is we're going to go to the AI menu and tell them to drive wherever they want, and we're going to try to follow them. This actually might be a little bit of a challenge though, because the Go-Kart only has the 3.2 liter engine. They have the 3.9 liter racing engine, and they don't know where they're going. Oh no, don't back up on me, stop, no! Oh, what are you doing? This is not what a Bolide is meant to be doing, man. You can't just be, oh, now you're gonna bash into me? Thanks. Thanks a lot. Sometimes this AI, man, they have no idea what's going on at all. They will just drive right on top of me and not even notice. They just keep on driving like nothing ever happened. Like they ran over a bug and that's it. That is insulting. I'm gonna overtake them really soon because I bet I can. Even though I'm at a pretty significant horsepower deficit, I'm not at that big of a weight to power deficit because I am so much lighter because I have no body panels. So like right here, we're gonna try to pass them. Although they could probably push me around because they're a heavier car. No, yep, just like that. They can push me around just like that into that tree as I try to overtake them. They're just driving off all happy. I'm wrecked, so we're gonna have to reset me and reset them. And since I can't trust them to try to be a monster truck when they're on random mode, I'm gonna put them to flee, and that way they'll just try to drive away from me, and then I can chase them without any strange incidents like last time. Now they actually have a bit of a lead on me here, so there might be a little bit of a struggle to catch up to them before I lose track of them, but no, I actually see them before the corner. I was worried at the split in the road, I wouldn't know which way they went, but they slowed down a ton in the corners, and I'm actually able to catch up to them pretty easily, and now we're gonna bump them, because I can. This is revenge for trying to drive over me, and well, you can see they actually do out-accelerate me quite a bit. Because this thing has, whoa, you just spun me out. Okay, that was all on me spinning me out, but that is unacceptable, dude. I am gonna get revenge on you. What I was saying though, while I try to catch up to this, guys, the Go-Kart's about 700 pounds lighter than the car we're chasing, but the car we're chasing has about 200 horsepower more. So they do have a better power to weight ratio and better aerodynamics, but I have the better driver and a little bit lighter car, which helps. So, gotcha. I want to get this guy to somehow crash. There we go. That looks like a crash, isn't it? Yes, I spun him out, and now let's see if we can crash into him head on. Gotcha. Oh, he's going to drive on top of me. Nope, we're going to get pushed into the wall. And I almost got stuck on top of the wall. You know what, the way the tires stick out so much, I bet you can almost just drive right up onto the wall with this thing. Let's see if we can. We're just gonna kind of go up slowly onto it. Yeah! It drives right up to it and it gets stuck, and apparently over in the distance, the AI got stuck as well. We just both get stuck at the exact same time. He's stuck on a bumper. I'm stuck on a wall. I decided to try to monster truck. How does that happen? I guess we just gotta reset them now. And I'll just let the AI go do whatever they want while we take a closer look at this thing. Now, this isn't just a Bolide with the body panels removed. It actually has a custom designed roll cage, and then that front is custom designed as well to work kind of like a bumper. And it's far better to drive than a Bolide without any body panels. So for comparison's sake, why don't we actually do that? We'll get a Bolide without any body panels and do a comparison for that. So we'll stop them, and we'll bring them back to here, and we want to compare this to the regular 320 version of the Bolide, which only has 200 horsepower. It's one of those things where you look at it and you just don't imagine the car this fancy looking only have 200 horsepower. It's kind of like the DeLorean. You look at that and you think, oh, that's gotta be a pretty decent car, but it's not. It's pretty underwhelming. Anyways, time to remove all of the body panels, which might take me a minute. It depends how many there actually are. There's body, which might be able to remove everything at once. If it does that, that's awesome. So there you can see, that's what it looks like without the Go-Kart parts. And this is what it looks like with the Go-Kart parts. And you'll notice it does a good job of making it feel like it's actually a Go-Kart, not just a vehicle missing the body panels. Now, I would do a comparison between these two vehicles because they have the same engine, but the suspension and the wheels are actually different. This one has a racing suspension setup, and then the wheels are also racing wheels. And you can tell, because if you look at those things, they are super smooth. Those are probably not street legal. Now, if you go to this one, it has some regular sport tires that are definitely going to be street legal. And now let's go ahead and do a quick wreck with this thing. I want to get up to like 100 miles per hour for this one because I haven't done any real high-speed crashes. In fact, let's go for higher than 100 miles per hour. How about we go for 120, which I think should be possible. Just gotta hold on to the road right here and then wait till we get to the next straightaway before we do any crashing. If we go this way, we got a nice long straightaway. We'll see if we have enough power to make good use of it, though. All right, we're up to 80 and 90. 100 as promised originally, and we're not going to get much more than that. Only about 110 instead of the 120 I was hoping for. It should be a good crash right here. And I expect this thing to really get crunched up because it has no crumple zones. Yeah, see where the driver is? That's the crumple zone pretty much. And the driver has been crumpled. That is one of the worst impacts you could probably have with this vehicle in terms of positioning as well. It's going to do a perfect flip. Land it smooth. Oh no, overdid it. Well, still a pretty good landing though. Can it? It can still accelerate. It got like no steering at all, but it can still accelerate. Oh yeah, time to do a mean donut. Yes, well, not really. I can try to do a mean donut, but it ain't gonna work. This thing almost looks like you could flip it over and it would still drive. It won't, as you see right there, but it looked like it because it was so oddly deformed. Now I want to do the exact same crash with the not go-kart version, and it should deform even more than the one we were just driving. Now it is a little bit harder to drive this one though because it has so much less grip. Like right here, I have to slow it down through the corner. The other one, I was just going through this corner hard. And then like going through here, is it going to go in enough? Not really. So yeah, the race suspension setup plus really sticky tires do help make it drive a lot better. As I slide again, come on, straight now. Oh my goodness. Wobble, wobble, wobble. I'm not trying to wobble. I was trying to straighten it out. I just kept overcorrecting right there. So we're going to go almost exactly the same speed, it looks like. And like another 110 mile per hour crash. No slow-mo on this one, because I just want to see the outcome for comparison purposes. And yeah, there is definitely more deformation on that one. And there's even fire. The other one didn't catch on fire. So you see the roll cage like part on the go-kart really does help it stay strong. So now we're going to do some actual testing at grid map. And we're going to start off by doing something pretty similar to what we just did last time, but it's going to be a little bit more scientific. And this time we're going to be using a Bolide with the body panels for a comparison. So we got the go-kart there, and then we'll just slam it into a 350. That sounds like a pretty good comparison. You have one that's red, one that's yellow. This one's heavier, but it also has a bigger engine. It should work out great with this combination. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just drive the go-kart forward and let the red one go in reverse. We'll drive it to about there, do a quick 180 and save the spot. And then how is the red guy doing? Perfect. Stop, stop, stop. Don't need to fly in the air anymore. Just calm down. And then actually I'm going to move it forward just a little bit because I don't want it up on the bump. I want it about right there. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I'll make the AI do all the work. I'm going to just sit and watch. So we go to the AI menu and then we say chase. We'll freeze physics so he doesn't start doing anything yet. And then chase. And when I unfreeze physics, they should chase each other and it'll be like a perfectly head-on collision. Because they are lining themselves up perfectly with each other. Look at that. That alignment is beautiful. And we should be able to see the difference real easily on how the body panels help the car survive. Probably 100 times slow-mo is a little bit overkill here. Well, it is going 80 miles per hour, so maybe not. Alright, there you can see the deformation happening. Can't really draw any conclusions until it actually happens, so we'll speed it up here. I am noticing though, the red one had more momentum than the yellow one. It pushes through it. Alright, so let's go ahead and say, AI, you could chill. Chill. And now, taking a look at things, surprisingly, the go-kart did almost as well as the regular one, it looks like. So if you look where the steering wheel is on the seat, and you look at this one, it's just a little bit closer to the driver. It is really close. So what about the dash? If we look at the dash, oh, well, you can see the stock one has a much more intact dash. So that means the interior where the driver is probably actually a lot more damaged in the go-kart than I expected. And now I want to take a look at the outside as well. And let's see if we can open up this door past its normal hinge point. Nope, it's going to stay there. Oh, yeah? Well, fine. I'll just rip you off. Hey, don't come back. The door just tried to come back on me. I just ripped it off, man. All right, anyways, we're just going to take a look at like what the shape of the cabin looks like. And interestingly, it looks like that one is almost a little bit more deformed. So maybe in reality, there wouldn't be that big of a difference in terms of safety. I mean, it's really hard to say. There's just too many variables, but it is comparable, at least I would say. Now, for something that's not comparable, remove the body panel. And then we're just gonna do a go-kart versus frame to show you how strong the go-kart is compared to the frame, which I kind of already did earlier, but I figured it'd be fun to see it in a head-to-head collision as well. I was thinking about using that crazy camera angle, but it doesn't look like it's gonna work out. So here we go. And oh yeah, that is a big difference. Go-kart has a pretty good shape to it still. The other one, the wheel is like inside the passenger seat, and the other side might be doing a little bit better. Let's see. Yeah, the other side's doing a little bit better, but the wheel inside the passenger seat's big. Anyways, I want to do something a little bit different than I normally would do. We're going to do a time trial run on Road Race 1, because I don't want to do a circuit. I want to do a point-to-point style race. And we're going to grab the go-kart. And what we're going to do is we're going to do one lap with the go-kart, and then one lap with a mid-range version of the Bolide, and we're going to see how they compare. Now, when you drive this, it feels a lot like a 390 GTR because it has that racing suspension setup. But you got to remember, it still only has 200 horsepower. The other one has 400. So yes, it's a little bit lighter, but I don't think it can make up for that big of a weight deficit. So I'm going to try racing it against a mid-range Bolide probably. And ooh, that was a little ugly on that bump right there. That scared me. I thought it was going to spin out. And the goal here is just don't make any big mistakes. If we have a small mistake here and there, hopefully we have a small mistake in the other one as well. And it'll be a comparable race. Now, you can actually do it where you kind of trick the AI into racing it. And that kind of works. Like, I'll have to go into that in another video. But you can make the AI race on a time trial like this. And then you can get really consistent times because the AI drives generally really consistent unless you up the risk factor really high and then they start making mistakes all over the place. But that's another video. Might be a next video for all I know. Might be a month from now. I never quite know when a video is going to be uploaded. Anyways, though, we're doing pretty good so far. I have no complaints. But I think I should give myself a little bit of a buffer. So if I do make a mistake next time, it'll equalize out. So the mistake will be an accidental 360. Here we go. Come on. And beautiful. It was so good. I don't even think we lost that much speed. That was just beautiful, actually. Oh, man. All right. Well, it looks like we're actually going to get a pretty good time. It's going to be the fastest time I ever had here by quite a good margin, I think, even. So last checkpoint and complete. And we can see the time is a 1:29. That is pretty good. The other times I had up there were 150s, but that was a much slower car. So we're going to compare it with the 350 GT. So it has like a slightly upgraded suspension, the mid-range engine. So I think it'd be interesting to see if the better engine and better aerodynamics are enough to offset the weight difference and worse tires. My guess is it's probably not gonna, but we're gonna find out. So off we go. It does feel a little bit faster off the line. It might just be because I have less traction, so I was sliding more all over the place, but it felt faster. And we're up to 110 miles per hour here. I wish I remembered what speed I got up to on the first run. And I gotta make sure I stay consistent. Oh, this thing is, again, that right spot right there. That spot gets me a little bit. I just get a little squirrely because of the bumps. That's not my one mistake, though, because I got squirrely, but I didn't lose a lot of speed. We're still going at a very, very reasonable speed here. Trying to maintain that speed without going in the dirt. I'm calling it now. I'm used to the race tires. I'm going to go overshooting something and end up in the dirt. I just know it. I know it. It's going to be right here, right? Slow down, slow down. No! I shouldn't have said anything. Maybe it wouldn't have actually happened. I don't know. I mean, I knew it was going to happen, and I still couldn't stop it. That's the bad part. You would think, I know I'm going to overshoot the corner because I'm thinking it's going to handle as good as the race tires, so then I still somehow overshoot it. We're not going to do any more mistakes, though, because that's the one mistake to compromise for the beautiful 360 I did. Only this mistake was this beautiful. Not going to try to do a 360 here, though. Got to try to keep this one clean. And I guess, yeah, well, oh, goodness. You know what? The 360 was better. I don't know if it was faster, but it was better than that corner I just did. Anyhow, though, this thing is going to be crossing the line in a few seconds, and it is going to be losing to the go-kart. Not by a significant amount. Well, I guess in racing terms, 4 seconds is a pretty significant amount. But you got to remember, I'm not a consistent driver in the first place, so it's hard to say for sure. Anyways, that'll do it for this video. No leap of death or brutal slope because it seems kind of dumb to do that for a car that basically is just a body with a cage. So until next time, it's WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.